explain to people, we're talking about the creator of the heavens and the earth and that which is between them. But we go back to the main points here. The only one should tell us about God's name is God himself or the prophets and messengers, and that is a logical argument.
No.
Do you agree with that, by the way?
Kind of. Because if there is only one God,
yeah,
why does it matter? Like, there is no one else like him. There's no one else like it.
That's true. Like him, not
so,
it.
I don't want to call it him because he's not him. It upsets me sometimes when people call him because they get this image of a him. I cannot conceive him. Is this something we do to say? So I'm going to say, I don't mean it as a disrespectful term.
Without any doubt.
100%.
Okay.
But it's something I want to clarify because it's not no man. God is no man.
Without any doubt.
Yeah?
It's not man, it's not woman.
It's fine.
As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, there's nothing like unto him.
Now, there's just one. I don't need to distinguish between this and this one. It's not like we are humans and you need to distinguish between me, you. I don't need to I need to call something different between me and you. Yes, you have a name, I have a name, but we are both human. God is God. God doesn't have another God to say, okay, this is God 1 and God 2. I need to now name God 1 and name God 2. I don't need a name. This is God.
Okay, so let me go back to the main point. First of all, there's two things here. One thing that we know that there's many people who worship a God called a false God. Okay. For example, Christians worship Jesus.
So
there's other gods. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran. Allah is the truth, and whatever they call besides him are the false gods. So we cannot negate something which exists in the reality, which is a false god, which people take in God beside the true God. So people, in order for you to distinguish between the true God and the false God, the true God has to have a name. Okay, that's one thing. The other thing is, well, let me go back to the main point. You, Jordan, what you're going to do now, you're going to bring your opinion. Likewise, I'm going to bring my opinion. Both of them are what? Subjective, not objective, correct? The only thing that we have to bring something which is objective is from the Creator himself. So if we establish Prophet Muhammad is a true prophet, so my argument would be, okay, he's a true prophet and the Creator will not choose a liar to convey his message, and the message that he came with, that God's name is Allah. So who are you to go and say, no, that is not his name, or we should not give him a name? If God himself named himself Allah, and he told his messengers that is his name.
What language did the Prophet Muhammad speak?
Prophet spoke Arabic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Prophet Muhammad had to give the name of God in Arabic to his Arab people. No? If the Prophet Muhammad was in Spain and was speaking Spanish, he would have had a different name to give to his people. It wouldn't have been Allah.
Who said that?
I'm saying, I don't know. This is like you said, my opinion.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah?
Because what? Jesus spoke Aramaic.
No.
His name is Elo.
Now, before you said Jesus and you said that you made a point about Christianity.
So Allah's name always existed.
Hang on, you made a point about Christianity, yeah? Now, one thing I want to make, because Christianity says one thing. 10 Commandments. The first commandment says there is one God.
That's true.
Now, I don't care what Christians say.
Yeah.
One God. So Christians can't come to me and say Jesus is God.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because there is one God.
But they do. Some of them do believe.
Some of them do.
That's
believe.
what I'm saying.
I'm going to make another point. I don't call myself Christian. I don't call myself. I'm a believer.
Believer
I believe in God, in one God.
In one God.
In one God.
So you have that something which is called a natural inclination, which is you naturally. Everyone knows that you're born to believe there is a creator. You have something. But now my question to you, before we go to the name of God and this and that, you know naturally that you should appreciate and be grateful to your creator. Correct? Okay. Logic dictates, Jordan, the only way to know how to worship our Creator is what? According to our way or according to His way? According to God's way.
Okay, now, I believe, this is my understanding of what I've been taught, okay? We are born with a spirit, a soul, a something inside us. Yeah.
Okay.
This is from God. This is the portion of us that is from God. Our body, our physical body here is of the earth. Yeah. We were made. Like if you take the Quran, the Bible, we were made from clay, and we are given a spirit, and the spirit is in us. That spirit itself is the godly part of us. That is my natural inclination to know I need to go and give and show appreciation.
So you said, so go ask a question, have an answer. So you believe that you have something which is godly in you?
I believe all people.
So how come
I believe all people have a spirit, a soul, and that is a godly part in all people.
So how come we worship different things, if that's correct?
I don't see, now this is my next point. I don't believe we worship different things.
So
I believe we worship one thing.
Jordan.
Now many people have different ideas about the one thing.
Step by step. When the Christian worship Jesus, are they worshiping God?
They're not worshiping.
So the spirit that they have in them, is that godly spirit telling them to worship God or Satan?
I think
See, that's not the
it's
case.
It's not about. So I think Satan for me is a very. That's a different part.
That's different subject. But the main point here is that you're wrong for saying that. I understand we have something called in Arabic language, the use is a fitra, which is natural inclination. That everyone here worldwide were born with something natural inclination. For one of them, you don't have to go to school to learn that you should not get married to your own mother. Okay. Naturally, you know that is wrong. It's well established one know. You don't have to go to school to tell you that you should, for example, you should be good to your mother. Naturally, you know that take care of me. Anyone here, even you don't know him, if he do something good to you, naturally you should what? Be grateful to him. That's something called natural inclination. The other one is what? To worship your creator. That's why there was a study done at Oxford University, and they spent 1.9 million on the project of 3 years. What is the origin of human beings? Is it to believe in God or not to believe in God? They came to the conclusion that children are naturally born to believe in the creator, which is natural inclination, which Prophet Muhammad mentioned 1400 years ago, that he said every child is born with a natural inclination. Okay, you have that. That is not godly. If you say godly mean God gave it to you, but it's not part of God.
Okay.
God gave it to you, yes, you're right. God gave it to me, to him. So what happened? God gave you something which is like a padlock.
Okay.
So the only key to open that padlock, without any doubt, if you try Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism will not open padlock. The only key that goes in line with you, the padlock, is Islam. Because you believe in one God, Islam tell you, yes, correct, there is one God. But you know, naturally you should worship your God. How? That's what the Prophet and Messenger came with, a revelation. And they opened the lock. Is you with me?
I understand.
Okay, so now my point here is, let us focus on something. Many people say, yes, I should be grateful to God. I should worship God. But we tell them, okay, if you want to buy a gift for your mother, would you buy a gift that you love or your mother love? You're going to buy a gift your mother love. Okay, likewise, if I want to worship the Creator, I should worship him the way he loves. That's why, based upon the Creator's justice and mercy and wisdom, he chose people amongst us from our kind. But again, the Creator knows some people, they're going to be liars, deceivers, evildoers, and they're going to claim to be prophets of his, but they are liars. So when the Creator chose people amongst us, he gave them a criteria to distinguish them from a true prophet and a false prophet. And the criteria is, so far are you, does it make sense? Okay, so what is the criteria? One of them, Jordan, they are known amongst their nations and their society to be truthful, honest, and they're good people. Why? Because if Jordan, imagine you and I, we know someone, a liar here, biggest liar, and he comes to us, he say, you know, I'm a prophet of God. You're gonna figure, hold on, man, you're the biggest liar ever existed, you're a prophet of God. So we have what? We have an excuse to reject him. That's why God is the most wise. When he chose prophets and messengers, he chose those who are known amongst their nations to be trustworthy, truthful. Jesus was one of them, Moses, Prophet Muhammad. What I'm gonna do, Jordan, I'm gonna focus on Prophet Muhammad, because if I establish Prophet Muhammad is a true messenger of the Creator, logic dictate you should believe what he came with, because the Creator will not choose a liar to convey his message.
No.
Does it make sense so far?
As you continue, I want you to understand. I want you to know that I believe in prophets. I believe in the Prophet Muhammad and his message very much. So, yeah?
Okay.
Like, I don't argue his message. I believe his message was true and pure.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And I believe so too were all the previous prophets before.
Without any doubt,
Yeah?
he came with the proof.
Now, if he is the last prophet,
Yeah.
we are just men. So none of us can claim prophethood. None of us can claim perfection. None of us can claim, like you said earlier, we are all liars. At some point we have all told a lie.
We lie.
We are not perfect. We cannot go and claim that.
We commit
that-
sin and
that
we so on.
perfect, okay?
Yes.
So none of us can really come and try and not even argue or say, because we can try our best to do the right, but none of us can say we know perfectly of how things should go. Because we haven't got that.
Because we are human
we are human.
Yes, we
Yeah?
are. But our